What is going on, everybody? It is Craig, and I'm back with a video that you see a lot of people do, and I don't know. In my opinion, sometimes it's not, it's a little hyperbolic, but I guess everything to everybody. I am going to be opening today what I consider one of my horror grails. And I say, I think some people do this, it's hyperbolic, because for me, I think grails have to have certain, I don't know. You have to be something you've been searching for a while. You know, every now and then I see someone get something super rare and they call it a grail. It's like, yeah, but they just found out it existed a week ago. So it's still an amazing piece and might even be way rarer than somebody's individual grail. But the hunting part is important. Plus the fact that it's got to be hunted. This is a Friday the 13th grail for me. And I I like many people. I mean, I think there's a lot of folks out there that have tried to get that are like, oh, I'm going to get all the Friday 13th killers. I mean, all the Jason. I mean, everybody Jason's, everyone get killed. And one, that's not anywhere near as easy as people think it is, because everyone's like, oh, we'll go Steve, Warren, Richard, Ted, Tom, CJ, Kane, Ken, Derek. No, it's so much harder than that. In part two, there are four people who play Jason. That's right, four. Bet you didn't know that. In part three, there's two. There's actually a couple other stuntmen for scenes, but there's two notable ones. One of which just recently sort of did a signing. I just don't know if I at price points right for his autograph, but is it Mike or Mark DeLuna? He was the Friday the 13th part three when he was hanging. That's a big scene. I mentioned some of the other ones in part two. You had Ellen, yeah, a woman played Jason when it was her feet. You know, you saw the feet sort of outside the house before he went in and killed Adrian King. And then even that, killing Adrian King, the ice pick, that's Jerry Wallace. And if anyone can help me in the comments, Jerry Wallace, I was trying to find if they're alive, if they're not, if they're this. And there's a country singer that had that name too. And pretty much the only thing that comes up is the country singer, and they're not the same person. But anyway, you have a bunch of them, you know. In part three, in part six, you have Christopher Swift, who was him when Jason when he was coming out of the coffin. And then obviously you had CJ Graham, but the person who killed my favorite was when the paintballs got killed, and that was Dan Blattery. And I would love to get Dan Blattery because of that scene. And as far as I know, and again, correct me in the comments if he doesn't sign. I think it's because he essentially got kicked off because he was heavy, and I got to represent my heavy friendom, so that's screwed up. But anyway, so this is, I admit, I probably never have all the Jason autos. You know, whether it's people deceased, whether it's just people don't sign. I mean, technically, you also have the kid in the toxic waste in part 8. That technically counts as a Jason. And then in Friday the 13th, the remake, there was a bunch. You have the one from Never Hike Alone and Never Hike in the Snow and Never Hike Period. I don't know. I don't mind those movies, but I haven't corrected anything from them. But this to me, this is the one I've known about for the longest. Richard Brooker for me was always the one that's like, oh, I finally got a Richard Brooker auto. It's looking awesome. And I got the scene when he's doing the kill with the arrow, which is the first time he was wearing, the mask that he took from poor Shelley. Well, I'm still surprised he didn't get a better death scene, but all things considered. So you hear me talking, and you're like, well, you're about to open Richard Brooker. It's like, no, you got to pay attention. I said I had Richard Brooker. And I also said I tried to get all the killers in Friday the 13th. I didn't say all the Jasons. So obviously, I think that tips for you what it is. For me, it's a definitive Grail auto. And I will show you why it took me so long to get. Because I wanted one that was just right for me. And this is super well packaged, by the way, in cardboard, in the plastic. You know, even taped down. So awesome. I have so many companies with acronyms. CPA. And this was an eBay win for me, and I don't think the price was too bad. I actually think it was relisted. Someone won it in the past that I guess they didn't pay or something happened, because I know it's the same numbers. But we have Betsy freaking Palmer, JSA authenticated, right down there. This to me is one of my, what I consider my Grail autographs. Like one of the ones that I've hunted for a bit. I've come across ones that were inscribed to people. I don't want to get one that was inscribed to somebody unless it said Craig, and oh yeah, look. Um, I also know you can get Betsy Palmer cheaper if you get her on some of her other work, but I wanted Friday the 13th. And I also want some sort of inscription. I know I've seen it say kill them all, or, which is awesome, but in this one it's just Mommy Voorhees and then Betsy Palmer down here in red. It is a little bit of weird shape. I think it's like 8.5 by 11, but it looks like it fits this holder. I don't know. I guess maybe it's a normal holder. Maybe the holder's made for it. So I'm gonna have to frame and mat this one appropriately. But to me, this is definitely a Grail off my list, and it's also a realistic Grail because I mean, there's some Grails that you'll just never, Personally, psychologist, I'd love Sigmund Freud auto. I'm not gonna spend that sort of money, even though Freud sort of become a, interesting figure over the years. It still has a lot of meaning to me from when I first started. I'm getting old. But this to me is awesome. There's some scratches on the plastic case, but that's the case. That's no big deal. I'm not going to take this out yet because I'm going to put this probably right back in the envelope. I will take it out soon. Don't worry. Those of you who are like, oh no, you don't want to stay in there too long. It could stick. I won't let that happen. But I do want to get it matted in a odd thing. So, my other Grails, I guess, that I'd be looking for, and I say this now, hey, if you ever come across one, hit the big guy up. I think probably someone's has used Donald Pleasance on a Halloween piece. I know I could have got him a couple of times. I want to say, was it James Bond he was in? He was in something, well, he's in a lot, but I would like something horror rated from him. It doesn't have to be Halloween. It could be that really cool movie he did with Mon Randall. Anyway, I'm forgetting things, but that's okay. I had a rough day yesterday. What's your Grail? What are you hunting? What is your piece? Are you a Jason collector who's now frustrated to hear, wait, what do you mean? There's a lot more people than that? Yeah, there are. I don't know if anyone's ever truly going to have them all. But let me know if you know anything about Mr. Wallace. But that is definitely a Grail piece to me. One day, once I get the whole everything situated right and framed right together and put all the Jasons together, I'll do a little bit of a mini tour. But anyway, thanks for checking out my video. I do appreciate it. As I mentioned in my last one, I do got a little bit of a contest coming up, so be on the lookout for that. Because I don't know, they're fun to do, and it helps me create out some stuff because I got a lot of stuff I got to find homes for. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. Peace out.